everyone. And if you're watching this today, there's a great chance that I'm no longer dead. Anyways, so I am back. I know you might be wondering, where have you been all these years? I was fighting some monsters, climbing some mountains, getting trained to be a spy, doing a lot of things, confidential information I shouldn't be sharing with you about. Let's push all of that to the side and talk about what we're doing today for this video. So I will be joined by my friend Eymen Arts. They're the same people with two different names. She does not have multi-personality disorder, no. Though Anyways, back to the video. So she is my partner for this collaborative book we have been working on for the past year and some months. It's a poetry and art book. And today we bring to you a video where we will talk a bit about our drawing and writing process and the themes in our books. And basically, before we do that, I do want to tell you why I chose Emily as my partner, because I totally had a choice and who I wanted to work with. A bunch of people who asked me to be their partner. And the reason I stuck with Emily is because she's the best at what she does. Out of all the candidates, she was the most amazing person I could choose. So let's take a moment and we will admire her art pieces because they are worthy of being admired. Absolutely amazing. As you can see, she takes the most darkest themes and turns it into this beautiful art. And all you want to do is frame it up on your wall and look at it all day long if you're someone like me. And yes, as you can see, that is why she is my partner and not Melissa. Sorry, Melissa, I didn't choose you. And now we will move on to the video. So let's get started.
Today we will be doing something fun. Emily might not think so, but what we're about to do is basically change roles. So as you might know, Emily is our art creator. I am usually the one who does the writing portions. So today we're going to be switching up the roles. I will be creating the art piece, and Emily will be doing the writing. But first, we will start off with me doing the writing and Emily doing the art piece. Basically, we have a couple of themes, like graveyard, childhood, spooky things, and season of giving since Christmas is around the corner. And we will both be taking those themes and writing something on it or creating an art piece. Then after 5 minutes, we will be switching the roles and basically continuing off where the other person left off. Now, Emily, do you have any questions?
I would like to just say that even though I really enjoy writing, I like to write. Wish me luck.
We'll do great. Don't worry. I'm an amazing artist, as Emily knows already. Emily is an amazing writer. And so basically, this is not a test of our skills because we're both doing this all the time. Right, Emily?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. You can begin.
Why does this feel so oddly stressful?
I think it's because you're under pressure. And we usually don't write or draw under pressure. Actually, you've done that so many times. Come on, use your skills. Yeah, you're always under pressure. Like our collaborative book cover.
Oh, thank you.
Have you all seen it? She's done an amazing job. If you haven't, you should go check it out.
I really tried to capture the essence of our book, pretty much. Talk a little bit about pain and human nature.
Fine, you've done a really good job. Do you want to explain why you have cracks and then you have such fine details?
Well, I mean, it's just, I guess, saying oh, it's my style is a bit of a cliche answer, but, I kind of really do enjoy art pieces that do have a lot of detail. I don't want to say so much to look at, but there's definitely, it's not as simple. And, it's weird because watercolor is usually a very loose medium, right?
Yes.
So a lot of people can also use it to create very loose paintings, but I usually just go with very detailed pieces. Oh, this looks horrible. Hold on.
Oh, I'm so excited to see what you're creating.
Here's the thing, I wanted to keep a little bit of that symbolic style that I usually have going.
Huh.
but it's kind of challenging because you know how I normally come up with ideas, right?
Yes.
There's a bit of a process involved with the brainstorming, and this is more so just, okay, go ahead, do something.
Yeah. And what about the colors? Why the blue and gold?
Well, honestly, I created one piece where I used gold and that dark blue, and it just worked so well. The contrast was just unbelievable. I don't know, it was such a cool piece to create. And I think it was when I also kind of started seeing a shift a little bit in my art style where I began using more color. That's potentially why. And like we talked about like the meaning of the gold and kind of how in certain cultures, such as the Japanese culture, gold can be used to fix, broken pottery.
Right, yes.
And so it was like, yeah, we definitely want to have gold here.
Sorry, yeah, I was just trying to focus on writing while
Oh, so you're trying to distract me. That's what's
yeah,
happening.
basically. I was distracting you so you don't have something extravagant done for me.
And like I let you distract me.
Yes, my plan worked.
The proportions are so off, but you'll fix it.
You're putting a lot of trust in my abilities.
Of course, I do put a lot of trust in your abilities.
So my poem is pretty simple.
Mhm.
I don't think you should have trouble adding more to this. Since we already talked about your art pieces, let's move on to talking about the writing process. So, what is your writing process like?
Mine?
Yes. So
Quite
basically,
different than yours.
yeah. My writing, actually, sorry, I'm trying to distract you again so that you don't
Yeah,
get.
I haven't written a single word.
Okay, Emily, as we were talking about my writing process, yeah, I decided to write about the cruelties of human nature. It's always been my specialty because I go with the saying, people are more likely to remember sad things than they are happy things. So basically, yeah, I've always liked writing about human nature because I find that there's a lot to observe when you're really looking at people, and no one is entirely good or bad. Because of that, I'm lying. Most of my poems are about childhood and trauma. And I do that because I really like taking something that is meant to be innocent, that people would assume to be innocent, and um, relate it to something dark.
Mm-hmm.
I do that in my stories too because I find that it's just
I just wrote one stanza, but I think that's good enough. And I think
oh,
I took what you wrote in a totally different direction, which I apologize, but you deserve it. Oh, this was fun. But yeah, like talking about human nature, definitely. I think it also helps that my art also focuses on human nature, right? And it's not necessarily just, about betrayal and like saying this is what humans are like, but it's more so just like, for instance, I talk about mental health, right? Like mental health is a big thing.
mhm.
And it is definitely something that we need to talk more about, right? And we talk about um, a lot of things that happen, I guess, in human life, right? Instead of kind of covering it up, it's more so us, like you said, talking about it and talking about these darker things in almost a, for me, visually appealing way, and for you would be like a technically sound poem.
Yeah. This might go into the book, you never know.
No.
As an extra at the end, I think we can add it in.
No. Wait, I forgot I had to draw a butterfly.
Me too. That's why I didn't put it in.
Oh wait, did the time even start?
Yes, it did.
Oh no.
Just like I made you that spider totally on purpose. I made it bad on purpose. Yeah, I thought you'd draw me something. I mean, write me something bad too, like that.
No, don't worry. I
So
care
only
about
one of
you.
us is sabotaging us. So I don't care about you.
And like that saying is actually a Turkish saying.
Oh, that is really nice though. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And like that is something that you hear so frequently, actually.
I think it also goes nicely with our theme in the book.
Mm-hmm. I tried to like tie into that.
You look at you. See, you do want this to be part of the book. This is going in as an extra at the end.
No, it's not that I
Do you
want
all
you
want
to.
this? Do you want this in the book? If you do, please comment yes. No, comments roses for Emily.
No.
And we'll put this in the book.
No, that's all right. It's fine if it's not in the book.
I'm saying this should be an extra. Don't worry. So now, while we're doing this, you all might be wondering why we decided to create this book and how we actually came to this idea. Well, it actually started back 2 years ago, was it, Emily?
Butterflies. Honestly, yeah,
Way before
it's
when
been a long time.
Emily first started her shop.
Yeah, and then you wrote like a poem, and then I was like, oh, let's make this a book project.
Yeah.
How can I forget how to draw butterflies? How did I draw them before?
Yeah, and then we decided it was a good idea. So we picked out more art pieces and poems that we wanted us to write or draw based on, which is basically an honor getting Emily to draw art pieces. When you see her work, you will be as impressed as I was. Literally every time she was able to surprise me, and I was just like, whoa.
Well, I can say the same about your poetry. It's like each time you're like, I wrote something, I would die of excitement.
You would thank you. I was trying to kill you, or maybe that was the point. You never know. So people who know both of us know that we do dark stuff most of the time. So I did get a couple of questions about happy, positive messages. And really, when you think about it, all our messages are meant to be positive. Come on, they're done so beautifully. You have to look at the positivity of it. And as for actual positivity that you're looking for, like explicit content that is positive, I would say yes. What do you think,
I
Emily?
think I will give a little spoiler about the specific ordering of the book. So there is intention behind that. And I would urge everybody to pay a little attention to that, maybe.
This is the final round, which means I will be ending off with the art piece and Emily will be finishing off the poem. So you should also add your final touches to the poem. And because this is the final round, we're adding a twist.
Oh no. I didn't know about this.
Well, I just thought of it right now. Because Christmas is right around the corner.
Oh no.
And our book is also right around the corner. You need to merge something from our book and Christmas season into the poem, while I will do the same for the art piece.
How is that gonna happen?
I don't know. You have to figure it out. For our next book, we've decided that I'm going to be doing the art pieces. Emily is going to be doing the writing pieces. If you are really in support of this, do like the video and comments. You go, ladies. But if you're not in support, that's all right. We'll still go ahead and do it. Right, Emily?
Is that after this video, like
Yes.
after seeing the poem and the art piece, nobody's going to be in support?
Hey, this is how you find out if people are our true supporters. They will support us through everything, even if they think we're not that
even
good.
I wouldn't have supported us.
She doesn't know what she's talking about right now. She is in full support of our book, of our future book, not this one. She, of course, supports this one. She did an amazing job for it.
Well, as y'all can see, Risa right now is panicking, and she was actually trying to sabotage me. She was trying to um, see how my writing was. And so I'm glad that this is turning out this way.
Please. Okay, I'm doing a good job. It's just a lot to color in. I want to make sure this looks good for you.
But I didn't make the line art properly. I forgot about the coloring in completely.
Oh no, that's all right. Don't look at my screen though, okay?
Okay, well, as I'm talking to you, I inevitably look at the screen, but
Then try not to inevitably look at me too much. This is gonna look a little rough, but that's all right. Once it's in our book, it's gonna look way better because this is going in our book. If they support us, they will support us through this too. This is one of the art pieces. Will you still buy our book? That is the real question.
I wouldn't. Look, you know that book is my baby, right? Like we poured our blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Seriously. We work so hard, and honestly speaking, don't be too worried about whether the poems are too dark or the art pieces are too dark, because once you see the book, the amount of color, the beautiful language we've used, you will be taken by all of that, and you won't worry about whether it's scary.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. What we've tried to do is we tried to capture the beauty in these dark things, right?
Exactly.
And so even though we are talking about dark things and we are, the topics could be quite heavy, but it's, again, we tried to capture it in a beautiful way so that it doesn't really feel all that heavy, if that makes sense.
No, that's definitely makes sense.
But yeah, as you were saying, it is definitely like these dark things are all around us, right?
Exactly.
And there's only you can only go for so long just ignoring them.
Exactly. And honestly, I don't think people should be running away from the dark stuff. Just like you said, the faster we embrace all of this, the better able we will be to move forward with that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is starting to turn into a TED Talk. So I didn't fully complete it, but I'll do that off screen when we add it to the book. Don't worry. Okay, y'all, I'm just joking. This is not going in the book. Don't worry too much. Or am I kidding? Who knows? Now, let's move on to the poem because I'm really excited about seeing what you've done. The rocking horse rests in the corner, groaning, as it moves back and forth, back and forth. The child sits in the hole, crying, as the deer hugs her whimpering body. The ancient saying repeating in her head, the one who loves a rose withstands the thorns. Yet the child finds it difficult, however, to withstand the thorns. The butterfly sings a song, a horrible lullaby that pulls the child deep into a sleep. It screams and screams, unlike the joyful sounds of a Christmas morning. Nice! You added in Christmas nicely. The chess piece peeking through the gift wraps, now adorned with a cracked mask and withered rose. Finally, she is asleep. I love that, M&A!
I tried to go with like a very because you know what I'm talking about at the end there.
Yeah.
And so I tried to go with one where we've talked a lot about, and I'm sure that those who read our book can also identify exactly what I'm referring to when I say like chess piece and mask and things like that.
Exactly. I think so too. Honestly, like these themes are very prevalent in our story. In our book through our art pieces and poems. That's because this is one of the biggest common theme we see in the world. This is the end of what we will create today. Next time when you see us, we might be creating our next book where I will be doing the art pieces, M&A will be doing the poems. Or we might even be creating a children's book. Is it called child's book? Children's book?
Children's book.
Children's book. Yeah, I clearly know my stuff. Anyways, thank you so much and have a great day. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.